So I wanted to have a short conversation about loving yourself. Because that seems to be all the talk nowadays, right? I feel like everybody's just hijacked the conversation about loving yourself because you hear it all too often. You gotta love yourself. You gotta focus on yourself to heal from past relationships, friendships, trauma, whatever. Focus on healing and loving yourself, and you want to do that, right? You want to flip the script and focus on you and heal yourself, and of course inevitably love yourself. But what does loving yourself even mean? What does that mean when people say that, right? Well, for me, it was always a struggle because I couldn't really define the word love, and especially I couldn't define it in terms of me. How do I love myself? How do you do that? How do you go about loving yourself? So I decided to redefine loving yourself. So I asked myself, what is another way I can redefine loving myself? And after thinking, pondering, I came to the conclusion. I believe another way you can define loving yourself is respecting yourself. And what does respecting yourself mean, you ask? Well, what are tasks, what are things you do that make you feel better about yourself, right? So ask yourself, do you do do you follow through with the things you say you're going to do? So if you tell yourself you're going to wake up at 6 a.m., do you actually do it? Or are you the one that hits snooze? When you tell yourself you're going to the gym, do you actually follow through and go? Or do you tell yourself you're going to go tomorrow? When you say you're going to stick to that diet, do you actually follow through? Or after 2, 3 days, you just crack under pressure? Right? You got to look at your daily habits because the habits are who you are, right? And if you take a long, hard look, a long, hard examination of your life, most likely, if you're watching this video, you're not following through with the things you say you're going to do, right? And if you're not following through with the things you say you're going to do, you're not respecting yourself, and therefore you are not loving yourself, right? And if you don't love yourself and you don't respect yourself, why are other people inclined to do the same for you, right? You want this killer confidence. You want this unshakable confidence about you are who you say you are, yet you don't do the things that you even tell yourself you need to do. You don't do them, right? Because that's not how it works. Your mind, your body, the way we were made, we need evidence, right? We need evidence that we are who we say we are, right? So if you start waking up at 6 a.m. like you tell yourself, if you start going to the gym consistently, if you follow through with that diet, if you start that business you say you're going to start and you do it over a long enough time horizon, guess what? At some point, I can't tell you exactly when, but at some point, you will become the person you say you are and you will have that unshakable confidence. That's what you need to do. And if you're asking yourself, what is confidence? I just defined it for you, right? If loving yourself means respecting yourself, then confidence means respecting yourself over a long enough time horizon until you have enough evidence to say you are who you say you are. But keyword on consistently, right? You can't keep track of the days like, oh, I did it for a week. Why am I not confident yet? Don't focus on the time. Don't focus on how long you're doing it. Just focus on doing it consistently, right? That's what confidence means. Doing something over a long enough time horizon that you become the identity of the person you say you are, right? And that only happens by taking consistent action. So if you follow this roadmap, right, you are who you say you are. You follow through with the consistent actions. You will respect yourself, and if you respect yourself, you will love yourself. If you love yourself and you respect yourself over a long enough time horizon, you will inevitably be confident in yourself. So if this has helped you, give a like, consider subscribing,